Hiya, it's Zaya, and today we're going to be taking a look at my standard size TN notebook from Hemlock and Oak, and I use this for my goal planning. We open it up here. I have my vision board for 2026, and I don't have anything here on this little flyleaf, but I do have a letter to myself. And it does say, "It is officially a new year. I'm motivated and my systems are working beautifully. Every book is set up and this year all the goals are getting checked off. I'm going to be getting 1% better every day." That's one of my goals. I've been writing that in my inbox to kind of keep myself accountable. I do want to be honest, my system already, we are 8 days in and I am still working out the kinks in my system. I have officially added 2 more books to my planner lineup since the new year started. Some things were just not working out, and 2 planners have kind of been on the back burner, so I added 2, and 2 I'm kind of still working out how to use them into my system. I've gone back to work, so I am feeling quite a lot of burnout from work, and I'm trying to complete all of the things that I need to get done in my planners for myself, but work seems to be overloading me at the moment. But back over to the letter to myself. I'm going to be getting 1% better every day. You are capable and will complete more this year than you've done in the last several years. I'm proud of all the hard work you will accomplish. And I did leave some space in case some other things do come up, but over here on the side you can see the zig dot colors that I'm going to be using and then what they represent. Now this is similar to a level 10 life or the Moxie life, but I chose colors that I think more represent, at least for me, those different categories. So yellow is personal or self, and I think of that as anything mental, anything within my own brain. And blue I use for health and wellness. This is anything external. And then I have kind of like a reddish color. This is for family and relationships. This also includes my pets. And the next one is supposed to be orange, but it's not very orange, and that's for fun or entertainment. Purple is for anything relating to my content creation. Green is wealth or finances. Pink is faith or spirituality. And brown is for learning. I could have put this one under fun. I may do that next year, but for now it's its own category. And then for gray is my home environment. Now for my 2026 goals, we have all of the different types of books that I'm currently using. And if I checked it off, that means the goals are set in stone in those books. The thing is, I do have a lot of planners and notebooks, and they all have their own individual goals and system within inside of them. And I could have just placed them all in here individually, but I also like having them in their own books. I like things to be in a category. So I'm going to be having them in 2 places because it kind of keeps me more accountable. All right. So this is the beginning, and I'm going to be working on this in a monthly fashion, not so much in a daily or weekly setting. I'm working on this in a monthly way. So I'll come in here at least once a week, go through, look and see if there's anything that I can accomplish towards those goals. And you can see here that just like the Moxie Life, I did kind of ask myself some questions, or I just made some statements, and I either said yes or no if those statements are true for me, because I did find that the ones that the Moxie Life has don't really relate to my life in a way, or at least the goals that I have in mind for those specific categories. So what I did was I just created my own. So for example, for self and personal, I get enough alone time, like enough quiet time alone. Do I? Yes or no? No. So that means it's essentially a 0, right? I get nothing. So if it's a yes, then that's a positive. It's a no, it's just a negative. So it's just very binary, makes it simple. So everything has a score of 10. For self, personal self, of course, you can pause the video and look over some of the things that I wrote here, but you can see that I got a 0 when it comes to self and personal. I don't have any of these things checked off. So essentially a score of a 0. And I'm thinking I'll probably put those over here on this side. For health and wellness, I also scored 0, essentially, because I got all N's, which is no. I haven't finished filling this one out for learning and studying, but for family and relations, once again, I got all no's. For fun and entertainment, I got 3 yeses. So I guess currently fun and entertainment is one that I'm scoring the best in. And then for my YouTube and content creation, I have 2. The goal is by the end of the year to have 10 in as many of these categories as I can. For wealth and finances, I have a 3 score. For spirituality, I have 2. And of course, as I mentioned, learning and studying, I haven't completed what statements or sentences or questions that I want to consider doing for those ones. I want these to be essentially things that I can say, yeah, I completed that, or yeah, those are things that I do. And then over here for physical environment, I only got 1, which was I declutter with every box that came in. And what that means is when a box comes into my house, I take that box and I fill it with stuff to go out. So, you know, Amazon, they be sending huge, giant boxes for just the smallest little thing. But you know what? A box that comes in has to be filled with stuff to go out. And then what I just recently started was taking all of the sections that are in my goals planners, or my other planners, what I mean. So for example, my morning planner, that one has a goals list. And all I did was use those colors and mark down how I'm doing. And once January's finished, anything that's not checked off is going to get moved over into February. So you can see quite a few of them have already been checked off. A lot of these green ones obviously are for financial. The skincare and dental routine is actually getting moved into its own book for routines. I was really struggling with having routines in a health planner for the evening, and then the morning routines planner, having the morning routines that I had, like I don't know, it was just a system. It was not working for me. And so I had to pivot there. And you can see where some sections have 2 dots, and that's because it falls under what I consider to be 2 categories. So like buying a face roller. Yes, it is a purchase, so it's a green, but it's also for my skin, which is blue. So I just gonna do 2 check marks. It doesn't count as anything extra. There's no point system in this section. What really counts is over here, and the way to accomplish these is by getting all of these things done within those books. So I have gone ahead and started in adding in, what I mean is adding in some of the stickers, and I need to write out everything that's going in the routines. So, and I did write here linked with morning planner, because some of these goals that are going to be in this routines planner are already here in this morning planner. I just don't want to white anything else out. But the rest of this notebook doesn't have anything else in it except for this section here in the back. And we have a lifetime goal, a 3 years goal by 2031, and then 1 year from now. And then if I think of stuff, I will write it out of here. I will write it back here. But for now, that's all I have. I do want to just add in this sticker. She has very long brown hair like I do. I think she is lovely. I personally would love to look just like her. So I'm just going to add her here to the back. We've got some space up there in the top. some reason, whenever I pull these stickers off from the bottom, it always tears. I don't know why, but it's just these newer stickers. So let's go ahead and add this one in here. I want to leave this space open, and then also that spot open also. This is just going to be a section to review at the end of the year how everything went. So let's go ahead and just add in one more sticker here. Oh my goodness, I just cannot get this off the page. There we go. You can see where I tried pulling it up and it just was pulling it from the wrong edge. Okay, should we put it there, here? Okay, I'm thinking this side. Okay, and then I do have my little thank you so much sticker that she just sent out with every order on her packaging. So yes, these stickers will just be used for there. And the next time you see this book, this will be completely filled out. You won't see this book again until February, but this is how it's going so far. And as I mentioned, we're only on the 8th. I'm not trying to rush everything and burn myself out. Work is doing that on its own. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this progresses and how many of these things I can get done. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in our next one. Bye, friend.